That's why I feel like it's so critical for us to give Fields a chance, because the way you get that guy, if you look at the top 6 or 7 quarterbacks that are out there, they're all drafted early in the first round.
Yeah,
they're either the number 1 overall pick or drafted in the top 10 outside of Lamar. So
that's right. Lamar hurts it because those are the two that Coach T brought.
Hurts, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even put him in 6 or 7 though. He's probably like 8 or 9. He's in the top 10 either way. He's a franchise quarterback. But those, him and Lamar are more of the outliers.
Mm-hmm.
We have one of those top 10 dudes on the team right now in Fields.
Yeah.
Because we're never picking in the top 10.
Mm-hmm.
We're the last time we did, it wasn't even 10, it was 11, and that's when we got Big Ben.
Yeah, we tried multiple first rounders the past 3 years. Mitch, a former top 5 pick. Fields, a former top 10. Kenny Pickett, a top 20. Haskins, a top 15, 16.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Russ, who was the most decorated of all of them, but he's technically the 4th round draft pick. But he's the most accomplished in terms of actually doing this and doing it to a high level. Yeah.
Yeah, let's see what happens with Fields. Well, we'll see what decision they make.
I was going to say, because we don't even know the decision just yet.
I mean, actually, that'll put me in the tank. I'm not even going to – that'll put me in the tank. Because the reason I'm starting to get the optimism is because I'm thinking that the Steelers will listen to my plan.
Oh, okay.
Fire Austin, bring in Saleh, bring in one of these DCs. Let Tomlin oversee it. Bring back Fields. Let him and Arthur Smith take control of the offense. See if they can grow up together. If they don't do that, I don't know where I'm going to be at. I don't know if I will be able to even just sell myself on this being a legit team. I don't know if I'll get to that point.
Respect.
See how this offseason goes.
Respect.
Anook, 29. Any thoughts on trading for Trevor Lawrence if we miss out on signing Fields back?
No Fields, no Russ.
I'm for
you got to go all in.
I'm for it.
Yeah, it's going to cost, but
I'm for it. But if you're giving me the option between like Fields and Trevor Lawrence, let me do Fields because you're not going to have to trade the assets for him. You're not have to pay the contract.
I know you was going with that way. I was
and
like, how you feel about it?
And you got the continuity with Arthur Smith. Let me take the chance on Fields. And I got to see him for the 6 games. I liked what he was doing. He played like in that Trevor Lawrence range of like a top 11, 12, 13 quarterback for those 6 games. I know what you're going to say. You got to do it over the course of the season, which I agree. But I'll be willing to take that chance with a Fields over Lawrence. But if we don't bring back Fields, I think trading for Lawrence, trading for a Kyler Murray's in play. I would do something like that. That's like the Matt Stafford approach, kind of, where that these guys are talented, number 1 overall picks. Yeah. They've done certain things, but they haven't really. You just don't know if they've ever really been able to hit their full potential with these bad franchises. So team takes a chance on them, and you see what they can do with a little bit better structure.
Yeah, that is real.
I would do that 100%. No Fields, I'd go Kyler Murray or Trevor Lawrence. I mean, if they're available.
Yeah, let's say we saying if they're available, those are both $100 million quarterbacks for a reason. They have a lot of production at this level. That's why those teams even invested what they invested in them. So, it's a no-brainer for me. If those are available, I'm going to go get those.
Do you have a hierarchy of stuff? Like, I know you said you're good with bringing Russ back, but if you were given the option, Trevor Lawrence is available, would you trade for him before bringing Russ back?
That's legit. I think if I had to go off of my hierarchy, most cheap option the option that I feel the most comfortable with for the cost is Russ early on. I think from there, I would much rather go Fields as option number 2 because I don't have to give up a ton of resources and I still can build a ton around him. The only reason why I have Russ ahead is because I feel like Russ is still a better player at this stage and is less guesswork. If I'm bringing in pieces, let me bring in pieces with the proven driver versus pieces, and I hope that he can develop into a superstar. I think it's a lot harder for Fields to develop into that superstar than it is for Russ to give me more consistency of what he had already showed me at times this season. It's not like I didn't see him play well and didn't play well for spans this season. It was just not enough. And that is why I look and I say I need more resources around him. So that's my first options. Now, if neither one of those work, I like Kyler Murray over Trevor. I think Kyle's the more proven. I think he's the better player at this stage. Trevor, I love the potential. I love the arm. I love all that other stuff. But I look at that very similar to Justin Fields.
There, man.
Yeah, but I look at Trevor Lawrence in Jacksonville like I looked at Justin Fields in Chicago. You're the Bentley in the hood. Like, you look nice But I don't know if it's you that's choking and not being the reason why y'all winning, or if it's the pieces / organization around you that's the reason why you haven't been having the success. Because I think both of those guys, in terms of Fields when he was in Chicago and Lawrence in Jacksonville, are good players. But when you throw what the expectations are, especially with Trevor with the contract, and that's the reason why he's last on the list, because I think the money that it costs him, at least with Kyler, I'm like, if I'm gonna pay that, at least I feel like with Kyler's a more of a consistent being with the
I think
production.
Kyler's got 45 on his deal. Lawrence is 50.
50,
I think.
yeah. But I just feel like I have more confidence in Kyler giving me the return that I'm looking for versus Trevor. I think with Trevor,
I think he's got the higher upside.
Higher upside, but I think he has the lower floor. I think Kyler has the higher floor, but lower upside. Yeah,
100%.
And I think Fields has the highest floor of all of these dudes, but I think his floor is the lowest of all of them right now. And that's why I'm kind of stuck with him, because I'm like, I love his athleticism like I love Kyler Murray, and I think his size is better, but he's not as consistent. When I look at Trevor, I'm like, Trevor passes better, but I'm like, yo, I think that Fields' arm could be just as nice.
Yeah.
But once again, it's, can you hit the home run? And I don't personally like betting future or betting plans on outliers type stuff. I want, what is the thing that we feel is more than likely going to happen? And now from there, we can plan and build a plan around this. And if you turn into a great guy, great. But if not, just give me what I was expecting from you, and we can work with that.
I think I'm just at the point. I don't think we're winning with Russ. Like, we're winning a Super Bowl with Russ. I don't think we're getting over the hump with him.
Yeah, and everybody has their opinion on it.
Which is why I'm willing to just throw him to the side and take a chance on all these other guys.
Yeah, for some people, they look at it as, what have you done for me lately? For me, I always base mine on the historical preference of, yo, what have I seen you do? What have I seen you recently do? But what have I seen you actually do? Don't tell me what you're capable of. What have you actually done? Don't tell me you can win it. Don't tell me you are a big, bad dude. I'm seeing the dude that done that. So that's why I find comfort in him.
And add to the fact, apparently Russ and Arthur Smith had a rocky relationship.
I mean, you know how this goes. Whenever you lose and the season's over, all it takes is a headline here or there, and we're going to form opinions on it. You know how that is.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I mean,
it is
not
funny,
everyone's going to.
I'm like,
that's the thing, though. I mean, this is a job for these guys. Not everyone's going to like each other, be each other's cup of tea.
I was like, we supposed to be like BFFs. Hey, come over to my house and things. It's like, no, everybody ain't like that. It's just coworker.
I do think it is valid, though. I do think that Arthur Smith definitely leaned more Justin Fields and wanting him to be the quarterback. But yeah, you try to make it work. You try to make it work as best you can. Yeah, Tomlin made the decision. Yeah. What can Arthur Smith do? He's not the head coach.
Exactly. That was my whole thing. I'm like, we were acting like it was like surprising. Like Coach Tomlin pretty much told everybody the answer when he said, "I made the decision. I did this. Not we did this. Not hey, we talked about it as a collective." He said, "No, I did this. I'm wearing this. So if it works, it's on me. But if it doesn't work, it's on me." So it's like, man. I can definitely understand why Arthur Smith would have went another direction.
I think it's a little point in Fields' favor coming into this offseason, though. If Arthur Smith does have any say on how this offense should be looking going forward, I think it's going to help Fields' case at least.
Yeah. And for Russ, obviously, you got the head, man. So everybody has a little bit of why they should feel good about it coming back, or why they feel like they should be in what they call it pole position. But we're gonna find out, baby. We definitely gonna find out.
When are we gonna find out actually? Because free agency isn't until March. But when can these deals actually get done for players that were on the team this year?
So those deals can get done anytime prior to March, prior to free agency happening. So yeah, but the way it typically happens, specifically with the Steelers, this week they're going through having their individual exit meetings, 1v1 player to coach, right? So at some point in time, Coach Tomlin has talked to Russ, has talked to Justin Fields, and he's told them, yay or nay, we want you back. If we want you back, go into the back room. If we don't want you back, then hey, you go out the front door. Now from there, that is just the initial, you know what this is. Do you want to be back? Okay, cool. We want you back. All right, cool. Now we'll start talking the numbers. My agent will reach out. We'll get everything going. That's the part that takes the longest, because now for the team, once we know that it's a common interest, now they're trying to figure out, where do we view you versus the other options? So I can want you to still be here, Deke, but if I feel like, man, I like this kid that's coming out in the draft, man, let me just see, what does that look like? Where do we think this kid is supposed to get drafted? If we think he's in our late first round range, I might not view you as the big priority compensation wise, because I think I can still get this over here. So even though we've both said that we agree upon each other and we want to be here, I'm not doing anything until after the combine, after pro days. I need to see what this looks like, because if I think it is capable, then you can leave in free agency. I'm gonna draft that. I'm already planning on it. We're feeling good. Like, and if not him, then I got that option as well. But it might be the other option. You say you want to be here. I want you here. That's Sam Darnold. I ain't really trying to commit $30 million to that. That's Kirk Cousins over there, man. I got a trade and I got this $100 million contract.
Where's he rank on your priorities?
He's very low. Because okay. I got to give up multiple. I got to give up.
Is he higher than Trevor?
No,
okay.
No. He's last on the list because I got to give up the draft pick, and I'm sure Atlanta is gonna want to be heavy-handed to recoup. All right, so I don't want to touch that right now. But you're looking at the field and you're like, man, I don't like this draft class. I don't like this Sam Darnold. I don't like this guy over here, man. All right, I'm willing to pay you 15 now. I might be willing to pay you more because I don't feel as good about that. But I don't know that January 16th. As much as we want that answer today, I don't know that answer because I haven't had a chance to go to that pro day just yet. I haven't had a chance to talk to his coach, watch the countless hours of college tape that we all shift into now because we've been doing every week. Preparing for Lamar Jackson, preparing for Patrick Mahomes, preparing for Joe Burrow. You ain't got time to watch them college games like that. You might catch it in passing. You might know, some of the bigger name dudes. But when we talking about, is this guy definitively better than this guy? You like, whoa, I ain't ready to make that decision just yet. I got to go cut this tape on. So that's what this process is going to be. But I do think that we will know one way or the other. If we don't have an interest in Fields or Russ, we'll know that, I think, by early next week. I think that'll come out then because they would have already have met. And after that meeting, everybody does the same thing, especially if you're an unrestricted dude. You shooting your agent a text, hey, bro, they said they want to do business. Or you might already know going into it they want to do business. But we all do the same thing because now it's like, all right, cool. It's confirmed. Whereas right now, before you have that meeting, it's speculation. Yeah, I might think they want to go this way, but they might surprise me. I might come in here and I'm thinking, I'm nice. And they like, hey, bro, we want a different direction. We won't know that until then, but that's what's happening right now. So I'm like, we're going to at least get that part early on. And then from there, we'll see how everything kind of plays out. But we'll know if they're eyeing one or if they think both are capable or if they don't want either one of them back. But that's the whole process of it, though, man.
If we don't bring either back, we have to trade for Trevor Lawrence.
You catch what I'm saying?
Or Kyler. We have to do something like that.
But that's the information that
or we got to trade up and get Cam Moore in the draft. There's no chance in how we're doing that. There's no chance.
But we know for certain we're not going to come back with something less than Fields or Russ. That's what I do know. Like,
yeah, so you think it sends a huge message if we don't sign that we're going to be big hunting.
Yes, and that's why I'm saying, like, I don't know which way they're going to go just yet. Part of me says I can see Coach Tomlin saying, man, I feel like Russ, full all season healthy. I feel with multiple pieces, that's good enough. I could also see him saying, Justin Fields, man, I saw what you did in these first 6 games. Let me give you full all season keys to the car, bring you pieces around here. I can add more around you.
You have the better relationship with the OC, too.
You're a little bit more risk, but I can add more around you. Russ, little less risk, but I can't add as much around you. And then I think of the Trevor Lawrence or the Kyler Murray, and it's like, okay, I don't get to add a ton around you guys at all. You guys got to come here, and I'm praying that change of scenery is what's going to get you guys back to this type of play.
I'm sure they could for this season, but we might be paying for it down the line.
Yeah, like it's like you'd have to do the whole Rams, the mortgaging your future for right now type concept.
You would restructure probably Lawrence or Mary's contract, restructure all those contracts on all
defense. All them defense dudes, like you kicking the can down.
Honestly, are you bringing a T. Higgins?
It's going to give you a 2-year window to go crazy, and you got to hit. But once again, it's predicated on who? That quarterback doing what he's supposed to do, whether it's Trevor or if it's Kyler. And if either one of them don't work, you are screwed for the next 7 years until you luck up on a Brock Purdy or you luck up on a rookie deal at quarterback and the guy can, make it work like we seen with Bo Nix. Think about how much dead money the Broncos had because of Russ's deal. Why does it work, though? You get the quarterback on the rookie deal that played above expectations, and now you got a legitimate shot.
Yeah.
So it can work, but it still all falls back to that quarterback spot. That guy either is the guy or he's playing close enough to being the guy. And if not, then you got all the pieces around him that's going to give you the imitation that he's the guy.
Yeah. Hoping it's Fields. Hoping we get it done with Fields. That's it.